Imagine a world without poverty, where everyone is equal, where no one is left behind, a world where wealth is shared, where greed is abolished, and where the people, united, control the means of production. This is the promise of socialism, a dream that has captivated millions for over a century. Now, let's step out of the dream and into reality. From the Soviet Union to Mao's China, from North Korea to Venezuela, the socialist dream has been tried and failed time and time again. The question is, why? Why does a system that promises so much always seem to end in poverty, inefficiency, and even tyranny? The answer lies in a fundamental misunderstanding of human nature, economics, and the limits of power. Socialism operates on a noble idea, that people will work not for personal gain, but for the collective good. That, given the right conditions, individuals will set aside self-interest and work equally hard, whether they're doctors, farmers, or factory workers. But this assumption is fundamentally flawed. As economist Thomas Sowell explains, socialist thought often comes from what he calls the unconstrained vision, the belief that human nature is malleable, and that through proper social structures, people can be shaped into selfless beings. But history shows otherwise. Without personal incentives, people don't work as hard, innovate less, and produce lower quality goods. And when productivity fails, so does prosperity. Imagine one central authority trying to plan every aspect of the economy, deciding how much food to produce, what resources to allocate, and how to price goods. This is the core of socialism's failure, the belief that a small group of planners can control a system as vast and complex as an economy. F.A. Hayek called this the knowledge problem. In free markets, millions of individuals make decisions based on supply, demand, and price signals. But in a socialist economy, without market forces to guide production, inefficiencies arise. That's why the Soviet Union, despite vast resources, suffered constant shortages, while capitalist nations thrived. Now, let's talk about incentives. In a socialist system, wages are often equalized, meaning hard work isn't rewarded and laziness isn't punished. If you get the same outcome whether you work hard or not, what happens? Productivity collapses. Ayn Rand explored this idea in Atlas Shrugged, where society's most talented individuals, its entrepreneurs, scientists, and innovators, go on strike, refusing to work under a system that punishes success. In real life, we've seen this play out in socialist countries, where highly skilled professionals either flee or just stop trying. But perhaps socialism's greatest flaw is its concentration of power. To enforce so-called equality, a central authority must redistribute wealth, regulate industry, and control resources. And when the state has that much power, what stops it from abusing it? Orwell understood this when he wrote Animal Farm. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. In every socialist system, a ruling elite emerges, enjoying privileges, while the rest suffer under the very system that promised them equality. So, if socialism doesn't work, what's the alternative? The answer is capitalism. Not pure, unchecked capitalism, but a system that balances free markets with necessary regulation. Since adopting market economies, nations like South Korea and post-Soviet countries have seen massive increases in wealth, innovation, and quality of life. Even China, after Mao's disastrous socialist policies, finally embraced elements of capitalism to lift hundreds of millions out of poverty. The choice before us is clear. We can pursue a utopian dream that ignores human nature and repeats history's failures, or we can embrace a system that rewards innovation, protects individual freedom, and creates real prosperity. The question is, which future do we choose?